Welcome to the mayhem. Dick and Lloyd mayhem. Media mayhem. Marketing a mayhem. You might love it, you might hate it. It's my favorite freaking show.
If you are a baseball fan, then Kansas City T-Bone Stadium is the place for you. After winning the league championship last year, the new season is ready to go. We sit down with Vice President and General Manager Chris Browne, who has recently received a pretty big award, and will get stories about life as a GM in the baseball world and the time he was a Kansas City Royals bat boy and much more. Well, Lloyd, where do I have you today?
Dick, we're way out west. You took me to the ballpark. We're at the T-Bones ballpark.
That's right, and we're with Vice President, General Manager Chris Browne. Hello, Chris.
Hello, Dick. Hello, Lloyd. It's great to be here.
Well, good to have you out here, too, and congratulations. Big award winner, let me see if I get this right now, Kansas City Sports Executive of the Year by the Kansas City Sports Commission.
Well, thank you very much, Dick and Lloyd. I'm honored and humbled, honestly. It's a team effort, team award, but to be included and be a part of that is sure a great honor, and I'm in some great company, so just excited for the T-Bones to be a part of that.
Well, it sure is, yeah. I got a big awards banquet coming up in June, it looks like.
June 13th.
Okay.
Thursday night, June 13th.
Did you have to pay for your extra one to come along, or did they offer you a +1 on this?
I think I got a +1, and I think I got a +2 and 3. My son and daughter are going to join me that
All
night.
Right.
But,
very cool.
I hear there's some quarterback that's going to be there too. So
yeah, I don't remember his name, but he's going to be there also. So.
Chris, what did you have to do to get that award?
Boy, that's a good question, Lloyd. Somebody must have done something. No, I'm just honored and humbled to be included, and love the Sports Commission and the work they do for Kansas City and the events they bring into town, and really just thrilled to be a part of that. I knew Kevin Gray, who was the longtime Sports Commission president years ago. He was kind of my mentor. He worked for the Royals when I was bat boy, and of course Kevin has passed away, but to be included years later in an award like this is pretty humbling.
Now, how long have you been out here with the T-Bones?
This will be my 17th year with the T-Bones. I started in August of 2002. We broke ground in the stadium in September of 2002 and opened up in June of 2003. So it's been here 17 years. Time flies.
Wow.
You know, I was looking online. I said they got this stadium ready in 9.5 months or so. They put the pedal to the metal on this thing.
Yeah, let's just say we didn't have the winter in 2002, 03 that we had this year. Otherwise, that wouldn't have happened. But and I have memories that just like it was yesterday. But yeah, it was quick. We were lucky that year.
Well, it's a beautiful park.
It really is, yeah. And it's a very, I'll use the term, family-friendly. You can walk all the way around the park. What else do you like about this park?
You know, I think you're right, Dick. It's a laid-back atmosphere. It's family-friendly. It's free parking. It's $2.50 hot dogs every night. We've got some nights where we got beer specials for $1.50. It's just a fun atmosphere. There's not a bad seat in the park. You can see the field from almost anywhere in the park.
Yeah.
Your kids are safe. There's a playground. The guys playing at our level are minor league professional players, but they have major league dreams. So they're playing to get back to the big leagues or to make that dream come alive. So you're seeing a good brand of baseball and having some good entertainment and good affordable family fun.
And you've sold off a bunch of players to the majors here in the last couple of years, haven't you?
Yeah, we really did. 14 players last year off our roster and 10 the year before in 2017. So that's an incredible amount of players. Normally in the early years of the T-Bones, we might sell one every couple of years. Mm-hmm. So it just shows you the talent we have on the field. We've made an investment in the baseball operation, and it's tough to lose players like that, but it's also a feather in our cap, and it helps us recruiting for the next year because they know the guys will get seen by scouts and they'll get a chance to move on. So
and I think it really makes it such a much more exciting proposition to come out and watch a team like this, because you just never know. You're seeing these younger players that are going to develop into big-time, well-known celebrities, seeing them at that early part of the career, or see guys that are maybe have have fallen back down for a little while and are making resurgences, so that's exciting.
It really is, yeah. And you had a good record last year, even with all the trade-outs and sell-offs. What happened?
Well, we've got a great manager in Joe Cafapietro on our baseball staff, led by Bill Sobey and Frank White, John West. 62-37, franchise all-time winning record, 62-37. It's just incredible. Again, even after losing some of those players, heck, I think opening night I get a call from our manager, and our starting pitcher was sold that day to the New York Mets. So to be able to overcome that and still finish 62-37 in a very, very competitive league is really incredible. And the year prior to that, last year we had 57 wins, which was our second best record in our history. So we've had some success on the field, and hopefully that continues this year.
Yeah. Where are you finding new players? Where are you looking? Where are your scouts looking?
Well, we have contacts all over baseball, farm directors, agents, other coaches, and unlike, say, the Royals that have 6 or 8 farm teams, we just have to field a 23-man roster. So there's guys out there calling us every day, hey, I got a guy for you. I got a AAA guy that just got released.
Okay.
Special assistants to GMs out there in the big league. So I'm not saying it's easy, but we've got some contacts out there.
Now, personally, you were bat boy for the Royals. Let's talk about some memories doing that and how old you were.
I do have many lifetime memories with that. I was 15 years old, started with the Royals in 1985, and did that job basically all throughout high school and college, so basically about 8 years. So I'm 15 years old in 1985, which is a pretty good year to be a bat boy clubhouse attendant.
Yep.
Big year.
And one of the things I will never forget is when, for me, I was a baseball fan, listened to it on radio. They were on TV like they are now. So I listened to the games on the radio in the late 70s, early 80s, went to the games. My mom would take me, my uncle. And for me to work in the clubhouse with those players, my baseball cards came to life.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is when you're 15 or 18, you don't know what you're doing in 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, 3 years down the road. But here it is, 30 years later, and I'm still good friends with those guys, which is just amazing to be friends with your heroes. And I'm doing them favors, or they're calling me for help. And I was just happy to be getting an autograph back then, and playing catch. But now it's really incredible.
Pretty exciting for a 15-year-old.
Oh,
How'd you get that gig?
My uncle Jim Kissick at the time knew somebody that worked at the stadium. I had to apply. It wasn't magic, but one day I got that call. And Jay Hendricks, who went on to be the assistant GM and vice president, he gave me the call, and he gave me my start in baseball.
Now, who was the first guy who was nice to you when you got to remember that first big leaguer who really treated you really well? Who was it?
I think it was Bud Black and Dan Quisenberry, and I've got a lot of stories there. And then also on the contrast, I have some stories of the guys that weren't so nice that first day that actually turned out to be, my heroes, and just caught them on the bad day. But a heck of a day to start when you're 15.
What are some of the unsung rules of a bat boy? What are things you can't do and you could do? There's probably a little fine line to walk there with the players.
Yeah, I either got some good advice or I learned. To start, I kept my mouth shut, my ears open, just did my job, kind of stayed below the radar. And then after a while, that the players or the guys would see me that I guess I worked hard and made a good impression, and they'd start to talk to me. And then at that point, then you can kind of build a relationship.
Sure.
But that was what we did. And back then, we were actually, I understand it's different now. The bat boys and the trainers kind of are off to the side in a different locker room. We were actually in with the players. So back then, we were a part of the team. And so it was kind of neat that way. And I remember there was kangaroo courts, and I got fined for something. We were just treated by the players as a part of the team.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of neat.
Any cruel hazing?
Nothing cruel.
Sent you off on ridiculous things to humiliate you?
I'll say I wasn't sent, but there was. I was lucky enough. They did send a couple of us guys off to get. They told us that George Brett needed the keys to the batter's box, or he wouldn't be able to hit that night. And of course, if you're 15 or 16, they send you all around the park looking for that. Or George Toma was looking for a bucket of steam or something like that. But hazing, yes, but nothing bad. All good fun.
So you were at Rockhurst.
Rockhurst High School, yes, sir.
And did you stay there at Rockhurst? Or?
All 4 years, yeah, most definitely, and have a lot of great friends and memories and teachers that I still talk to today. But yeah, great school and. A lot of fun times.
Was baseball part of your program when you were there in high school? Did you play?
At that time, the Rockers didn't have a team. They were kind of that in between when high schools didn't have teams. But I played Jackson County 3-2 baseball, and I played up into high school. And then I realized that I wasn't going to be as fast as Willie Wilson or a good hitter as George Brett. And one time thought I wanted to get in the broadcast side of these things. But yeah, I did play baseball growing up. Yeah.
Well, I was at Shawnee Mission East in '74. That was the first year they had it. So I got to play that 1 year in '74. Nice. So they didn't have it in Rockhurst even until the '80s, huh?
Well, they may have had it in the '50s and the '60s, but in the '80s they didn't have it.
Wow.
And of course they have it now. But yeah, their club teams or something back then.
Well, this has such a great feel to it because I don't get to attend a lot of games, and nothing against the big league and the big production. The Royals are wonderful, but
yeah.
I hadn't been to a Royals game for a while, and it was really kind of shocking to me.
In what way?
The level of production, singing, dancing, it was such a spectacle.
It was a show. Huh?
It was a show.
You were at the show.
That it really, when you're here and you're right down on the field, you can see this. This is baseball is in a way that is more familiar to the old timers like me. I mean, it's obviously you're really close and you're in the game here.
Yeah.
And it's become such a big production that this is really a huge difference, I think.
Well, thank you. I think so too. I think for the fans that come out or give us a try this summer, I think you have a fun time. You are close to the action. We're not going to bombard you with TV commercials or music per se. It's old school. This is kind of an old school major league product. I mean, it's independent baseball is just a little major league. It's fun that way. It's down to earth.
It is.
Yeah.
But I see you in your years that you've been here, what are the changes you've seen technologically and the way the thing goes on?
Yeah, I think so. We were thrilled. We got a new scoreboard a couple of years ago. It's all HD video, which was a big improvement, and it's huge compared to the old one. So that's fun for the
Better
fans.
than that guy that was hanging the numbers up with the hook before.
Yeah. And also at our stadium, we've got the Wi-Fi. Everybody's in the stands with their phones now, and so we've got the things that the newer stadiums have, the bells and whistles. So that's fun. And then, of course, the field on a shiny May day will look beautiful, and just the fresh cut grass. But yeah.
Well, Chris, you're too young for this, but it feels a little bit like municipal. The A's, the way it's kind of open and spread out.
Yeah, all open. Yeah, sure.
It takes me back to that time, which. And I was at a lot of A's games out at the old municipal. Dick, did you ever go out there?
I was out a time or two, sure. Not a whole lot, though, but I just remember Sam's parking lot area.
Sam's
next
number
to it.
1, 2, 3, 4. And the smell of those Muriel cigars wafting over I love that.
Yeah.
Well, our first base coach and infield coach, of course, is Royals Hall of Famer Frank White, and he wears number 20 out here all the time. But Frank has told me that this looks just like the old municipal stadium in the way it's laid out. And also the George Toma, we've had him out here several times over the year and honored him, and he says it reminds him of some old days at municipal.
Yeah.
Well, I think the only thing missing is to get Liverpool out here as the Beatles and put them out behind second base, and let's reenact that part of the thing too.
I'm in for that, Dick. Let's go.
I love it. You're one of the few guys that you went to college at MU.
Yes.
And one of the few guys that's actually working with his degree in sports management. And congratulations on hanging on.
Yeah, that never happens.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I figured you'd be a nuclear physicist.
Yeah.
Physicist or something.
No, yeah, definitely. I am, lucky to say that throughout my career, mostly in baseball, mostly in professional baseball, I get up every morning and I drive to the ballpark every day. Yeah. So it's not every day is great, but how bad can it be if you're driving the ballpark? So yeah, definitely. Proud and to be working in sports, and it's a passion for me.
Now, you were with the KC Comets for quite a while.
I was the assistant general manager for the Comets late in the 90s, early 2000s, and funny connection there. I had started working in minor league baseball right out of school at Mizzou with the Jacksonville Suns in Double-A down in Florida. They're the Jumbo Shrimp now, and I learned what to do, what not to do. You come early, stay late, and it was hotter than heck down there, and you got paid hardly nothing, hardly anything, I should say, better English, but learned the business and wanted to get back home to Kansas City. And George Brett's neighbor had just bought the soccer team, and he was able to walk my resume over to him and at least give me a shot. I think my ability got me the job, but it didn't hurt that George walked the resume over to Mr. Kincaid. And you know, the business, the ball is different on the field, but the business is the same. It's sales, marketing, operations, and fans and what have you. So yeah, I transitioned into indoor soccer for a few years and then back into baseball.
Well, just to clarify for people who really don't know the difference between the manager, the field manager, and the general manager, what are the responsibilities of the general manager?
Well, at this level, my level, I'm involved in a lot of things. The manager and I work, and the coaches work hand in hand daily. He is our field manager. His biggest, what makes him so successful and what he does so well is recruiting of players. So he's out there kind of scouting. He's leading the charge on that. We work together kind of like from my standpoint, I'm working with the league office, making sure we're compliant with everything, contracts, negotiations, et cetera, like that. Joe is focused on the talent on the field, but it's a good mix. We're a great duo, and I'm glad we were able to get him here a couple of years ago.
Now, how does that differ from what a general manager for a Major League Baseball team
Well, I would
MLB
say
does?
Nowadays in Major League Baseball today, all their focus is solely baseball, and they're involved with the baseball side every single day. Whereas at the minor league level and our level, I'm involved a little bit in sales, operations, marketing, advertising, sponsorships, negotiations, vendors at the ballpark, what have you. So I'm a little bit involved in everything, whereas, say, Dayton Moore is just dealing with baseball every day, his scouts, his coaches, his managers, and some days I wish I was totally all in baseball, but on the other side, at our level, it's never boring. You get to do a lot of things.
I see a lot of the great result of your work then, because you've got an awful lot of great sponsors all over out in the field, and billboards and a big variety of food concessions here that are, as you say, comparatively really a bargain. And you're not going the direction of the big league teams and serving chocolate mousse and frappe with
over fries.
With a little bacon sprinkled on the top.
Put bacon on anything and mark the price up.
Some of these sponsors that have really pitched in and gotten behind this project. Who do you work with closely?
I got to give a lot of credit there to, of course, our owners, John and Adam Ellert, but also our Vice President, Scott Steckley. He handles a lot of the advertising and partnerships with our big sponsors, what have you. But yeah, we've had some good relationships for many, many years, and I'm very proud of that. We think we provide a pretty good value and an opportunity for those partners to get a good exposure over 6, 8, 9 months at a good price, too. Our attendance is families, it's companies, it's kids, so we think it's worked out pretty well.
Well, you've been here since day one.
Yes, sir.
So let's give a shout out if there are any sponsors who came right out of the chute and are still hanging in there.
I will think of several. Kissick Construction has been with us from day one. Community America has been with us from day one. Of course, right now they're at a different level than they used to be, but they're still a partner and they love the T-Bones baseball. Lynch Real Estate's another one, but there's probably a few more that I'm forgetting. I don't want to upset anybody, but yeah, we've had some great support over the years, and we're very prideful of that we deliver every year.
I don't know where you're putting all these awards. I just glanced down here again. I saw Browne has also been recognized by the KCK Convention and Visitors Bureau for the 2011 Excellence in Hospitality Award, and he was named the Tourism Advocate of the Year in 2015. People keep showering me with awards. Is this to get free tickets to the game, or what?
It must be, Dick. I tell you, I don't know what I did or who's paying somebody off, but I proudly served later on the Kansas City, Kansas Convention and Visitors Bureau, and I've been a part of tourism in Kansas City, Kansas now 17 years. So again, I'm a big relationship guy, integrity guy. So I guess somewhere along the way that people thought I was doing something good, I guess. So
that's good.
Yeah. But
and the Kansas City Baseball Historical Society, is that a thing?
That's a group of baseball fans in Kansas City, and they put on events. They have promotions. There's a website, you bet, and they selected me to be a part of it as with my Royals ties. But yeah, they're a group in town. Jeff Logan and Mark Moore. And they've done a lot of Kansas City A's events and a lot of Royals anniversary events, World Series events. So yeah, Kansas City Baseball Historical Society.
All right, I've got a grandson that plays baseball like so many grandparents do. He's about 11 years old. So what path should he be looking at to either work his way through the T-Bones or head on down to the major leagues? Because I hear it's a rough road to hoe.
He's 11?
He's 11.
I got an 11-year-old myself. Yeah. I would say make him a catcher, and hopefully he's left-handed. But most of all, play the game the right way, have fun, play a lot of positions, learn a lot, so you can become versatile. But and without going overboard to burnout, but the more you play, the more you get better. So and that's what we're doing with my son today. But yeah.
So you got a shortage of good left-handed catchers?
Let's go.
Is that the deal?
Left-handed hitter that can catch, yeah, you betcha.
Lloyd, you could do that, but the knees are bad, I know.
Well, I still got my knees, Dick, and the reason is because I never would catch.
Oh, I gotcha, okay.
I don't know how anybody could do that.
I don't either, boy.
That's a rough job.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
They are in demand.
A lot of opportunity to get involved out here with the T-Bones. You can come out and sing the national anthem, I guess, can't you?
You betcha. We're always looking at national anthem candidates. Overall, check out the T-Bones on our website, tbonesbaseball.com. A lot of interaction on Facebook and social media. Tickets are available at tbonesbaseball.com. Stop by the stadium box office. We're here all summer, May through 1st of September, and hopefully some playoffs. So give us a try. I think fans will have a good time. It's laid back. It's a fun night.
I see also some other things you do with the community. You still do the Sizzles Home Run Readers program. Is that still going on with the kids?
Yes, we work with many schools in the Kansas City metro area and promote reading with Sizzle, our mascots, and we do some assemblies there. And the kids, if they reach a certain level of readership, minutes, they get free tickets to a couple games throughout the summer. So yeah, we're proud to be involved with the community.
Well, let's open up a little bit of Management 101 here. As a general manager, what kind of tips and what makes a good manager in any kind of business? What would you say?
Oh, I think good communication skills, respect and integrity, being open-minded, and also being a good listener. You really got to listen, I think. You got to be able to adjust. And you got to be able to juggle or dance, if you will, and problem solve and never let people see you sweat. So that would be some techniques that I might recommend.
I see you have a lot of opportunities for interns during the season out here.
We do. We really do, Dick. We have probably 40 to 50 over the course of the summer across various departments, from grounds crew, promotions, media relations, corporate sales, group tickets. It's really been a great program, probably a little biased, but very proud to say, I think today, we were talking about this internally, there are many more of our interns that have gone on and are doing real work as doctors and lawyers and what have you, but so proud. There's about 30 right now today that have gone on, started the T-Bones, and they're high level with the Royals, high level with Sprint Center. We have an intern who's a vice president with the New York Mets right now. Our old groundskeeper is the groundskeeper for the Los Angeles Dodgers spring training complex, Major League.
Wow, that is fantastic.
A good story. Tommy Thrall was our radio broadcaster for 3 or 4 years, 9, 10, 11, etc. He went to AA for a couple of years. He was just hired by the Cincinnati Reds on the Major League broadcast crew, and he will be taking over for Marty Brenneman, the famous baseball announcer for the Cincinnati Reds. And this is so unique that, Marty is a Hall of Famer. His son's on the crew, but the former T-Bones announcer is taking over for him. Just such a neat, what a success story. Kansas City kid, Tommy Thrall, again, a past intern for the T-Bones that has moved on, is doing great things at the big league level in in his profession, in his sport. So,
do you have an event where you bring people in who are trying to be interns, or is that kind of a process that goes through the internet? And
yeah, it's we just finished our first orientation for the spring here a couple weeks ago. We have an annual spring orientation, but yeah, we post it on the internet, and we have fall, summer, and winter interns. So there's definitely an opportunity for kids and young students to get involved. Just drop us a note or give us a call. Yeah.
What do you see for this year? What's your thought for the team and the records and the players and things? What do you foresee?
We love our team on paper. We love the talent. We know that next Friday night, May 17th, we're going to have some fun with the trophy and the championship rings and raise that championship pennant. Mm-hmm. I feel good about our talent and what we do today. We're going to have a great baseball club. You can never, you don't know about injuries. You don't know who's going to get bought or sold, but I like the foundation we've laid, and we'll be off to a good start, I hope.
What's the ticket cost to come out and see a game generally?
Advanced tickets start at just $6.50. Parking is free every day. Hot dogs are $2.50 every day. I think you can get the best seat in the house for maybe $16. But we've got a couple new programs this year where we're honoring teachers. Teachers get in free all summer long.
Wow.
At the
Cool.
T-Bones. Yes.
Wow. This is just a real bargain, I think.
It really is, yeah.
Entertainment.
Yeah.
New partnership we have there. So if you're a teacher, bring your ID, you get a free ticket all summer long.
Any kind of teacher.
Any teacher at any level, show your teacher ID card, and it's one of our partners that's got their own section, Sunday through Friday. Come on out for free. And we're pretty proud of that. I think the teachers are very important, and we're pretty adamant about that, what they do for our kids and students in the future. So that's a new program we have. We also have a new partner, St. Luke's Health Center, and they are, on behalf of St. Luke's, once a month, we have 4 dates, and kids get in free. So we can go to our website and pick those dates throughout the summer. So there's opportunities. The tickets are affordable at a good price, but there's also some deals out there if you search.
Now, what's the capacity of the stadium?
We'll have about 6,000 seats. We'll have some big nights on the holidays where we've had 8,000 or 9,000, but typically we average about 4,000. And again, it's really.
Did you see it pick up coming off of this great successful season?
We did a little bit too, and it was fun. I tell you, the championship last September, of course, in minor league sports, those games aren't on the schedule. They're added later on, so it's tough to promote. There's no advertising budget for that. But the people came out last September for our 2 or 3 playoff games. They were here to see championship baseball. That was fun. They weren't here just because it was a company night and they had some tickets. They came here to see us, so the crowd was crazy, wild, in a fun way. That was neat. We saw that a few years ago with the Royals in the World Series. Everybody was passionate. Well, you saw it at T-Bone Stadium last year, September 16th.
This town is full of teams, all different kinds of sports teams. How do you feel the T-Bones are mustering in the media exposure area? Are they getting their due? Are they getting on that 2-minute report on TV at night? Or what do you think?
We've got some good media partners, Dick. I think, as you guys know, obviously the media world has changed a lot, and the avenues and the abilities to get your name out there and the time crunches. So we've got some great partners. We'd love a few more mentions. Can you help? But no, we do think we have a good niche. We don't compete with the Royals. We don't compete with the Chiefs or Sporting KC or KU. We're a little mom and pop minor league baseball, and we're darn proud of that. Affordable family fun, and we've got our good partners that do give us time when they can, and could always love to hear your name.
Always a little bit more. Yeah.
Every team has fun promotions at the stadium. What are some of the things that people might think about that you've got going on this year that they might want to?
Or what have you done in the past that people would turn their heads and say, "What? They're doing what?"
They do. Bobbleheads, and we were going to do a Dick in the parking lot bobblehead one time.
I think so. Yeah, something like that.
It went bad.
It fell through. Yeah.
I think a Dick Wilson bobblehead would be great out here. Yeah, there's a lot of fun in between inning contests and promotions we've done. We've had some fun, I think, with the beer pitcher race, and that was mostly good until some beer got thrown on an umpire one time. But no, we've got a lot of fun things. In fact, our marketing department and promotions was just meeting because we got some rehearsals next week for the home opener. I think you'll have some you'll see some new stuff. recently, a year or so, we had a quarterback out here by the name of Pat Mahomes, and it was a great night when he was here. And of course, our owner presented him with a jersey, and of course, he's worn that all around town. So we love that. That's kind of fun. He's welcome to wear that thing anywhere.
Yeah.
But no, we've had Marlins Man out here. We've had some contestants on The Voice, The Bachelor.
Okay.
Cool. A lot of fun stuff over the years, and we got a few more things under the wraps for this year.
Who's your stadium announcer out here?
Stadium announcer right now is a gentleman by the name of Nate Herron. He's done some radio work in town. He's the voice for the Kansas City Comets, PA wise. But I got to say, it is the Dan Roberts Memorial PA booth. We lost Dan, but
definitely,
Dan was a big part of the T-Bones in the early days. Of course, Randy Birch, and then Randy Raley, who I know you're familiar with. But so he's got some big shoes to fill. But Nate Herron's been here a couple years.
Cool. All right. Well, if you have an opening, let me know. Okay.
Dick,
I
you
love
be good
it.
at that.
I love it.
Now batting.
You just can't pronounce a lot of the foreign names.
Estelavito Caramagna.
Love it.
Chris, thanks so much.
Thanks, Dick. Thanks, Lloyd.
Congratulations again
Chris,
on the
good
award.
luck.
This is great.
Again, keep it up the good work. Beautiful place you got here.
Thank you. Come see us this summer. Love to see you out here.
We'll be here.
All right. What's that web page?
tbonesbaseball.com, or give us a call at 913-328-5618. But tbonesbaseball.com, and you can purchase and print your tickets 24/7.
Thank you, Chris. We look forward to a great season with the T-Bones, and who knows, maybe another league title. Hey, we'll be back with more interesting people from around KC. Stand by. Lloyd, your turn.
You might love it, you might hate it. It's my favorite freaking show.